everybody. It's Lunaris here again, and today we're going to start the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. This is a game that I really enjoy, but I have not played all the way through. I just like the mechanics of the game. I like the way it plays very much more like a tabletop RPG that's been formatted for computer rather than an action RPG like Oblivion or Skyrim. Not that either of those games are bad. I love those games to death, except for Oblivion. I can't. I'll be honest, I can't really stand Oblivion, but I love Skyrim a lot. But I find that I prefer the way Morrowind plays. So we're just going to go ahead and get in here. I don't have any save files. I had a whole bunch of episodes recorded and then realized that the quality was really, really bad. Sorry, I got a message, got kind of distracted. Sorry, just a second. Yeah. So I recorded a whole bunch of episodes, realized I made a critical mistake in the quality, and I've just decided that we're gonna start over. So let's do it. Each event is preceded by prophecy, but without the hero, there is no event. In the waning years of the Third Era of Tamriel, a prisoner born on a certain day to an uncertain parents was sent under guard without explanation to Morrowind, ignorant of the role he was to play in that nation's history.
They have taken you from the Imperial City's prison, first by carriage and now by boat. To the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
Wake up. We're here. Why are you shaking? Are you okay? Wake up. Stand up. There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
We are going to name ourselves Lunaris. And since we'll be playing, I won't say he's necessarily a good character. He's going to do his best.
Not even last night's storm could wake you.
But we're going to give him a full name.
Them say we've reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go. Quiet. Here comes the guard.
This is where you get off. Come with me.
So we can't even zoom the camera out because we haven't chosen our character model yet. But yeah, like I was saying, there's a lot of stuff about this game that I like. a lot of stuff that I dislike. There's a lot of design decisions.
Get yourself up on deck and let's keep this as civil as possible.
You're the one being uncivil, asshole.
This is where they want you. Head down to the dock and I'll show you to the census office.
Sure. There's a lot of design decisions I like and a lot of design decisions I don't like. A lot of things that they improved. We're going to go Red Guard because we're going to be a long blade warrior. We're going to change the face. We're going to be this guy. This guy's nice. We're just going to be bald because the hairstyle's looking a little... But we want that long blade. Resist disease, resist poison, adrenaline rush. Adrenaline rush is a good ability if I ever remember to use it.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release.
Yes, we've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
All right, we're going to fill out the forms ourselves. We're going to take block. We're going to take heavy armor. We're going to take long blade. We're going to take restoration. We're going to take alteration. Our minor skills, we're gonna take mercantile. Oh, actually, we should take speechcraft instead of alteration. We're gonna take mercantile, alchemy, alteration, mysticism, and illusion. So essentially what we're going for here is a we're gonna go strength and willpower. Or should we do strength and intelligence? You know what, let's see something here. I just want to check something. Because, not dumbass. Character. Sorry, I'm just doing a character planner real quick. Male. Red Guard. Birth sign. Atronach. Specialization combat. Favorite attributes. Strength and intelligence. What does our willpower do? What does willpower do? Your ability to resist magic and your maximum fatigue. I think we want strength and intelligence. Yeah, I think that's correct. Yeah, let's try strength and intelligence. Let's try strength and intelligence. It's not the end of the world if we don't get it quite right, because like leveling a character is pretty easy. What do we call this guy? Temple Knight. Class description. a heavily armored warrior that specializes in sword and shield combat with many healing and support arcane abilities. Yeah. Okay.
Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
The sign we were born under will be the Atronach, so that we get a lot of magicka. We want a lot of magicka. Okay.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
Block, long blade, restoration, heavy armor, speechcraft, mercantile alchemy, alteration, mysticism, illusion. Yeah. Yeah, these are all good. Spell absorption 50 points, fortify max magicka times 2. 2 times our int modifier. So plus 80. So we start with 40 plus 80. Hearth heal, adrenaline rush. Sure. Yeah.
Show your papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
Okay. Yes.
Continue through to the next building and talk to Celis Gravius.
Yeah. All right. So you should learn how to do combat. Pick up the dagger. Okay. So the first mistake that a lot of people make is because the game tells them to pick up the dagger and learn how to do combat. They don't take into consideration that the combat is the dagger is a short blade, and their expertise might be in something else. If your expertise is not in the weapon that you're holding, you will not be able to hit stuff with it. With a 50 long blade, I should be able to hit almost anything I swing at. We're just going to take and sell everything we can. We're going to try to get... This tells you that ring had magic on it. It's got a spell. You can learn how to use the spell. I'm going to read... So there's a lot of reading. I'm going to read the stuff that is relevant to new topics that we haven't learned yet, and main quest or current quest objectives. So we'll start with this. And what I'm getting at there is I'm not going to read every single thing that pops up on the screen. First, let me take your identification papers. Thank you, Celis Gravius. Word of your arrival only reached me yesterday. I am Celis Gravius. My background is not important. I'm here to welcome you to Morrowind. So, the way this works, you can click up here and you get a persuasion pie, and you can try to do all these different things to get him to like you. We're not going to do that because he doesn't care. This is set up for you to fail if you try to do that. It says not to ask about his background. The guy we just spoke to, the census office guy, told us not to ask about his background, so we're not going to do that. But we can click on any of the blue words to find out more. And we can either do that over here from the list of blue words, or we can do it in the thing itself. The release identification has been removed from your inventory. Tell me about Morrowind. Yes, you're in Morrowind. I don't know why you're here, or why you were released from prison and shipped here, but your authorization comes directly from Emperor Uriel Septim VII himself, and I don't need to know any more than that. When you leave this office, you're a free man, but before you go, I have instructions on your duties, instructions from the Emperor, so pay careful attention. Tell me more about Uriel. Uriel Septim is still the Emperor. According to my instructions, he personally authorized your release from prison and your delivery here. It's all very mysterious, but that's the way the Empire works. Silence and secrecy. Let not the left hand know what the right is doing. Tell me more about the Empire. Yes, of course, this is the Empire. This is Vardenfell district of the province of Morrowind, and Morrowind has been a part of the Empire for over 400 years. The current Emperor is Uriel Septim, 24th of the Septim line. You haven't been in prison that long, have you? Nothing wrong with your head, is there? The men said you were acting a little strange when they brought you in from the ship. Alright, so nothing new has come up. What are my duties? This package came with news of your arrival. You're to take it to Caius Cosades in the town of Balmora. Go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for Caius Cosades. They'll know where to find him. Serve him as you would serve the Emperor himself. I also have a letter for you and dispersal to your name. Directions to Caius Cosades added to your inventory. Package for Caius Cosades added to your inventory, and 87 gold. Let's ask about Caius. Report to Caius Cosades in Balmora. I can't tell you where to find him, but you're to go to South Wall Corner Club and ask for him. Someone there can direct you to him. What about Balmora? Balmora is to the north of Seyda Neen. The road passes Pelagiad Village and Fort Pelagrad, crosses a deep ravine, passes Fort Moonmoth, and then turns west across the Odai River and into Balmora. The South Wall Corner Club is in the southeast of Balmora, on the east side of the river. For more detailed instructions, talk to Alon the Scout at Aril's Trade House here in Seyda Neen. But take my advice. You're new here. Take the Silt Strider to Balmora. Fast, cheap, safe. Cross the bridge and head east. You can't miss it. What is a Silt Strider? Silt Striders carry passengers and cargo between the settlements of Vardenfell. Fares depend on the distance traveled. Silt Striders are giant insects. A compartment for passengers and cargo is hollowed from the creature's shell. The driver directs the beast by directly manipulating exposed organs and tissues. Silt Striders travel between Aldrun, Balmora, Seyda Neen, Suran, Nisus, Molagmar, Margon, and North Landing near Vivek. So those are all different cities we can visit. And the Silt Striders go in a circuit, so you can't get to every city from one Silt Strider. You have to use a Silt Strider to go to a city and then ask in that city where the Silt Strider goes to next. What about my duties? You know your duties. Take your package to Caius Cosades in Balmora. What is your trade? I'm a knight errant of the Order of Ebonheart, an imperial emissary attached to the Census and Excise office here in Seyda Neen. Okay.
Go ahead, stranger.
Press J to use your journal. You should probably check out Aril's Trade House up on the left. You're on your own now. Good luck. Okay, so we got a ring that's magical in nature.
So make it quick.
The game expects that you'll be willing to talk to everyone you see, seeing as this is an RPG and that's the way that you get information. And this first guy had his ring stolen, and they hid it from him in that barrel. We have the ring. We're going to give it back to him because why not? Are you the one the boat dropped off? Odd to see a boat arrive at that time of day. Hope the Imperials treated you okay. I swear they took my ring. I swear one of the guards has it. I had it last week before their weekly Let's Shake Down Fargoth ritual. An engraved healing ring, family heirloom of mine. You haven't seen it, have you? Yeah, I found it. You can have it. You found it. Amazing. Thank you, thank you. You're now my favorite friend. I'll be sure to tell the others, especially my friend Aril who runs the trade house here. Go see him. He'll be happy to see you now. And so we can ask him about all these little things. And he'll tell you where we can find stuff. But we don't need to go through all that, but it's good to have it in the journal, because if you then press journal, you go back, you take a look. You can click on something to find out everything that you've been told about it. It goes straight to a topic page. Or you can click options, search for topics alphabetically, or see any quests that you have. The journal is super, super useful. We'll be using it a lot once we get to the point where we really need it. I've played through this initial part and some of the first quests on some of the factions that we'll be joining quite a few times. So if it seems like, because I've never finished a full playthrough of this, and I've actually never finished a full playthrough of any of the factions. So if it seems like I really know what I'm doing, it won't last long. Like once we get past the first few missions, progress will slow down a little bit. And I'm moving really slow right now, and that's just because that's how your movement speed is dictated by your base speed. And my base speed is only 40, so it's only slightly faster than the very basic speed that you can start with, because I think you can start as low as 30, depending on your race. We won't be going out of our way to try to level that up right away, because there's a hidden there is a hidden magical item that you can get that will give you an additional 200 to your speed. I don't think I should waste too much time grabbing every single little thing, because I'm not going to be doing a whole bunch of alchemy right away. I don't think. I might want to.
Yes.
I'm waiting.
What's this about?
So the first thing that we're going to do is
I'm waiting.
we're going to talk to everybody
Make
that we
it
can.
quick, Outlander.
Up here. You look like you could use a friend, Outlander. Perhaps I could be your friend. I'd like you to help me recover some gold. That's right. I had a bad run of luck playing 9 holes and lost a bit of money. Normally I'd be fine. We can usually keep some gold in our pockets just from money the local pay us for protection. But I know some of them are holding out on me, especially that little fetcher Fargoth. He's come up light the past couple weeks, and when I've shaken him down, I know he's stashing it somewhere. I'd like you to find Fargoth's hiding place. I know the little fetcher's got one somewhere in town, just not sure where yet. I've already gone through his whole house, so he's not hiding it there. I'd like you to find out where he's stashing his gold. If you can, I'll give you a share of the wealth. Are you up for it? Yes. Excellent. Here's what I want you to do. I'm not sure where he goes, but I know he wanders around town at night, watches movements. The best vantage point is on top of the lighthouse south of town. That'll give you a nice view of Seyda Neen. Keep an eye on where he goes. I'm sure you'll be able to figure out where he's hiding that gold. I've just got to find where he's hiding his loot.
What say you?
So that'll probably be the
What
most
say you?
intentionally underhanded thing that I do. A friend of mine says you have to visit the House of Earthly Delights in Saran. The whorehouse.
So what do you want?
This is the person we were supposed to speak to about getting around. Because she's a scout. So she's going to write us down to some directions to Balmora. And then we can get very specific info on every town from her. Like a lot of geographic info that we'll just stash in our journal. And we'll save it for later. Balmora is the district seat of House Hlalu and the largest settlement on Vardenfell after Vivek City. Good roads lead north from here to Balmora, passing through Fort Pelagiad and Pelagiad Village. From Balmora, roads lead north to Aldrun through the town of Caldera. Maybe I better write down the directions of Balmora for you. It's a long walk and a little confusing. So now she's given us some detailed directions. She's going to repeat what she said. She's going to tell us about Caldera. She's going to tell us about Ebonheart. Latest rumors, little advice, little secret, my trade. So she's a geographer. She's a scout. She could tell you about all the different kinds of, like, all the towns, all the geography. I think everyone else has a little bit of something to tell too, but
Any time now.
But they won't talk to us until we've talked to Caius Cosades, because they're friends of his. They're subordinates of his.
Care to talk?
Okay. Little advice, popular potions, popular spells. Where can we practice our skills? All right. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to try to sell some stuff. I guess let's just try to get let's just try to get our every time we barter and we make a sale, our disposition goes up and he likes us a little more. So he'll give us better deals on stuff the higher his disposition is. So we're just going to offer him a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And we're going to try to get extra, coins every time we can. Okay, so we have 238 gold. We want a long blade. We're going to go with the iron saber. We might grab the apprentice's mortar and pestle if we can hold it. We might not be able to hold it though. The next thing we're gonna do is, I think he's got some spells, and what we want is resist magicka, because we're gonna take that to Balmora and make a special resist spell. All right, so he doesn't have a steel shield, but he's got this iron shield. Steel gauntlet, 28. Ooh. Okay, so we can't get that from him right now. But, shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay. So the first thing we're going to go do is, if you poke around a little bit and you go over to this place, you can find a dead body. And you find out that that person is the local taxman. And he's been murdered because someone owed him money. But the person that murdered him believes he was in the right, because apparently the taxman's been skimming off of the poor people, like overcharging them for taxes and then keeping the difference for himself. So what we're going to go do is we're going to go find the taxman. And he's over here. He's got 200 gold on him that we can have. Well, we're going to take. And he's got this tax record. So if you take a look at the tax record, you kind of get an idea of like who's paid their taxes, how much everybody owes. And there's one that stands out, like stands out real tall. Foreign Gilneth owes 225 drakes and has not paid. I'm going to take this guy's clothes. I wonder. Okay, we can't get in there. No big deal. The reason that I could run, like I could use a sprint button, but the reason I'm not using the sprint button is because it would level up my athletics, and I don't want to throw any levels into anything until I'm ready to start leveling up. I imagine that my leveling won't be super efficient, but I'm going to try to be as efficient as I can with it. So we'll see. So we're just going to be walking around like this for a while till we get some shoes. The boot. It's an item called Boots of Blinding Speed. And they really do be blinding speed. Okay, nothing in there. So now that we've found the body of the taxman, we could go tell the excise tax people, or the census and excise place.
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
But if we finagle it a little bit,
Quickly, Outlander, or go away.
and we deliver justice to his murderer first, the game will allow us to keep the 200 gold that we found on the taxman. And then we can deal with this guy.
Click, red god.
Okay, the murder of Processus Vitellius. That fetcher, you're damn right I did it, man. It's a good thing, too. He was skimming a load of money from all of us honest people, overcharging us on our taxes and keeping the difference for himself. He was always flaunting his money around, showing off his new clothes and jewels. So I killed the bastard, left his body out there to rot, with all his ill-begotten gold still on him. That's no excuse for murder. You're one of them, huh? Come to kill me? We'll give it your best shot, Redguard. I've no problem spilling more blood to the Empire's lackeys. So, he wasn't exactly telling the truth. And we know that because the taxman was not like... He was not fancy dressed. And also, he stole the guy's ring that his fiance gave him. His fiance lives in the lighthouse. We're going to go ahead and dispose of his corpse and see if there's anything worth taking. We'll take all that. Take all that. Take all that. That's a plate. We don't want that. That. Spoon. All right, so for this book, that's a skill book. You can tell because of how valuable it is. But I don't want to get a skill up yet out of it, so I'm going to leave it be. You can in this one you can pick up books without reading them by clicking outside your menu and dragging it into your inventory. So that's what we're going to do. Also, we have 244 gold. We're going to go finish getting some equipment.
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
Barter. I don't like doing them one at a time like this, but it's just the most efficient. They should have maybe like a cooldown or something. Fortify willpower, drain magicka, drain attribute, fortify attribute, restore fatigue, resist poison. Nice. He's willing to give us 200 for it. Or fatigue, huh? Its value is 30. Can we get 25? Yes, we can. This is how you do it right here. No, that time. Okay, okay. So I guess it's just Well, shit, can we get 30? No. Can we get 25? There it is. Mercantile increased to 16. Nice. Can we get 25? No. 24? No. 23? Okay. Can we get 8? No. Sell that tankard for 1.
Welcome. If you wish to talk, it is really no trouble at all.
He really likes us because we do lots of business with him. He likes the way we do business. So now we can take the tax record to the excise. And if we do that, we'll get 500 gold for our trouble.
If there is anything I can do, I am humbly at your service.
And we just go through here and talk to this this gentleman. The murder of Processus Vitellius. I had heard you asking around about his murder. I'm glad to see this matter brought to its completion. Here's your reward. Good to see there are some citizens who still understand the loyalty to our emperor.
What's this about?
500 gold. Let's go. So what we got? 1,099 gold. It's the way to be.
If there is anything I can do, I am humbly at your service.
Okay.
What's this about?
My time is precious, so make it quick.
So we're going to take the money we got. Go talk to old dude. We could use this pauldron. And we could use that helmet. The pauldron is worth 48. He's willing to give us a discount to 36. Can we get it for 30? Yes, we can. And we want the helmet. The value is 60. He's willing to give it to us for 45. Can we get it for 40? 41. There we go.
Oh, greetings. How do you do? May we talk?
Alright, we are about. Does he have a steel jam? He doesn't have steel. We want to take this journeyman's probe. Its value is 50. He's willing to sell it to us for 37. Can we get it for 34? 35, yes. How much weight is the probe? That's not heavy. Let's go ahead and grab a couple journeyman's lockpicks. We'll do them as separate transactions. The value is 50. He's willing to 37. Can we go with 35? 36. Okay. Again, I think that's a little. There we go. again, like it's a skill check. It's a bit of a dice roll. We didn't get perfect rolls on everything that time because it's just it's a bit of a dice roll.
You have something to say to me?
To me? So Fargoth said something earlier about smugglers coming from somewhere, and he wasn't sure where. There is a small slaving operation and smuggling operation in here.
There is no escape.
I'll have to escape from you. Give me that key. I will take all this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and throw up a save because there's a mage in here, and that mage is going to cause us trouble. So I'm going to go ahead and throw up a save. Lunaris. Seyda Neen. Fargoth's stash. Because that's the next quest objective we have, is to find Fargoth's stash. So we're going to treat that. We're going to go ahead and cast the Hearth Heal. This guy's got throwing stars. Okay. So we got a bunch of stuff there, but the only issue with some of the stuff that we got is some of the stuff that we got was drugs, like moon sugar and skooma, and you can't oh, hold on, let's local map, please. Okay. Merchants will not do business with you if you have moon sugar and skooma. They just will not do business with you at all. Something down here. What kind of iron saber did we get? Oh. Okay. Fair enough. So yeah, we can't sell anything to the trader now because we have skooma and moon sugar. And the only people who will buy skooma and moon sugar is Gijit traders. I think there's another passage back here somewhere, but I don't know. Don't know if it leads to anything. We're gonna see. Okay. And we'll just check around and see what else is here. And I think that's it insofar as like stuff to find outside of like random scattered armor pieces. This torch though. Where's that torch? Torch. There we go. Again, I'm gonna try not to run everywhere because that's just asking to level up athletics when I don't want to level up athletics. Leveling up athletics as a dump stat will become important a little later. To get our agility and stuff up. Yes, you can go free. Unlock the slave bracers. Badargo is free. You are a good friend of Badargo.
Warmly greeted, friend. Welcome.
This scent is new.
Feel free.
Yes, honored guest.
Thanks, guys. Y'all be free now. Y'all be good to each other. Y'all be free. So,
Good friend.
in Morrowind, the province of Morrowind, because they were not conquered by the Empire, but they signed an armistice. They kept many of their own laws and traditions in place. One of which was slavery, and you'll find a lot of the beast folk, Khajiit and Argonians, are slaves in Morrowind, in the province of Morrowind. Because as far as Morrowind is concerned, it's not illegal and it's not immoral.
Yes.
So basically, the last thing that we have to do here in Seyda Neen before we should move on to
What
Balmora
assistance do you need?
is we need to find Fargoth's stash, and we need to take his stuff.
What's this about?
I will say that it will probably be the least reasonable, most asshole thing that we'll do this entire playthrough. I feel like, because there are some instances where we have to kill people. We have to do some dirty deeds for House Lalu, because we're gonna play for House Lalu, and we're gonna play for the Fighters Guild, which is a little bit crooked. But we eventually get to fix. We eventually get to start fixing the Fighters Guild by not doing all of their bullshit. A couple missions into the Fighters Guild, we will meet the former guildmaster, and he'll have a lot to say about how the guild handles its business and what we can and can't do about it. As for this, though, Fargoth shows up if you hang out back here and hide. And he typically comes out around nighttime. It shouldn't be too long. I think he comes out around 10 or 11. As long as you stand up here. But yeah, I've already got this character planned out. Just because the way I like to play, not just this game in general, but like these kinds of games, and like the way I like to play these kinds of systems. We're going to join the Fighters Guild. We're going to join the Legion, the Imperial Legion. We're going to join the Imperial Cult. We're going to join House Lalu, because you have to pick one of the Dark Elf houses, one of the great houses of Morrowind, as part of the main campaign. And for the other factions that we're joining and the type of character we'll be playing, House Lalu is the best fit, because the other two houses are not friendly with the Empire. So being friendly with all those factions will be able to they'll kind of play off of each other. And the fact that we're friendly with one of those factions makes the other faction more friendly to us. It also kind of allows us to diversify the way we play the character a little bit too. Because the Legion and the Fighters Guild are very martial. They're very focused on your combat prowess and like your character's physical and combat abilities. And the cult is very much focused on what you can, like, your speechcraft, your restoration, your ability to get people to listen to what you have to say. And then House Lalu is very, not necessarily Thieves Guild, because that's not quite right, but they're a little more smash and grab. A little more smash, a little less grab. But like they're very business focused. They're very, it's very much political intrigues and like using your smarts and your words most of the time. Sometimes you have to hurt people. Sometimes you have to get people. I think that's Fargoth. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, everybody's getting stuck on each other. Okay, there he goes. Yeah, that's Fargoth. Taking his sweet ass time, isn't he? Right out there in that tree stump. That's where all his stuff is. So now that he's visited tree stump, he's walked away. There's going to be his stuff in that tree stump. So what we're supposed to do is go get Fargoth's money and then take it back to Mr. Man that wants half of the cut. But that guy's an asshole. And, you know, I like Fargoth. I don't want to do this to him. But, you know, Daddy needs money. So that's what we're going to do. And then the first thing we have to do when we get to the next town is sell all this drug paraphernalia to Khajiit. See, now we got 1301.
Any time now.
Let me check something real quick. Oh, I don't want the console menu. We're not using the console. So typically we'd need a place to sleep. But here in the Excise office is a public bed that we can use to rest and get our stuff done. No big deal. We just come down here and we're allowed to use this to rest. So we're going to go ahead and rest. And it's 11, so we'll rest. We'll rest 7 hours. And now that we're rested, we're going to go ahead and save. We're going to save a new file. Caius Casades. Because that's what we're doing next. And we need to go. That way, when I get done here and I come back to it later, I will be good to go. But until the next time, I appreciate you for hanging out with me. I apologize for messing up like 10 episodes. This episode should come out tomorrow or the day after I record it. And I tried to plan ahead, but I didn't realize that I messed up the quality so bad on it. So here we go again. And I appreciate you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.